answer a question with a question, but why not? And perhaps most importantly, the more you can have something bound with your name on it to shove in the faces of your enemies and those who do not believe in you.
If they're paying a tremendous amount of money to study creative writing in hopes of becoming a writer, then they should understand that what writers do is to submit their work for publication. That's sort of the deal. Suffice it to say, students should be mailing their work out, whether they think they're ready or not.
Most importantly, confidence. Just being able to see it, being able to hold it in your hands. I know for me, being published in Calliope many years ago, it was a step forward in realizing, you know what, I can do this. I think I can do this. And once that happens, once you get a bit of confidence, it's just up to you.
Seeing their work published, I think, inspires writers to write more. There's nothing better than to pick up a paper and, with ink on it and see your own name and your own story printed there. People read it, people say nice things about it, one thing leads to another, and you find yourself more avidly writing.
Any submission process is terrifying, which is why, in many ways, the more controlled the submission process, the better, which is why a school publication like Calliope is vital. You're not necessarily fighting against people nationwide. You are just trying to see if you can get your work in a smaller community, and I think that ups the odds. People often think that getting published is one step. You walk out your door in the morning, you get that phone call, and everything's perfect. It doesn't work that way. It's always a series of steps.
Yes, I did. My very first sale was to a literary magazine. I was paid 3 copies of the magazine. Yeah, it was called Scree Magazine, published by Duck Down Press.
Honestly, I can't remember. But I wish there was a publication called Catnip.
The first thing I sold that I actually got paid for was to a magazine called Unearth, which is maybe strange and interesting, except in the science fiction field.
Do it. Just get it done. Even if you don't make it, that's valuable too. Rejection is valuable, perhaps more so in this profession than in any profession, because it builds your resilience. I think I submitted to Calliope my junior year and didn't get in. But my senior year, I think both pieces got in. So it's all a process. And again, remembering that it is a process, you got to take every opportunity you can get.
They should submit to publications on a regular basis, and when their work is rejected, which it will be, they should mail it back out, and they should keep mailing it out until they become aware of the fact that it isn't any good, which will happen to me quite often. And they should continue to write new work and mail that out. I think there's a finite number of rejection slips that any writer gets before the writer begins to publish. So mathematically it makes sense to start collecting them now rather than